Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be making lasagna Gio's way. But before we start, don't forget to subscribe. For this recipe, you will need 2 pounds of ground beef, a pound of ground turkey, bell pepper, a cup of mushrooms, a cup of carrots, half an onion, 2 garlic cloves, a tablespoon of Italian seasoning, a pinch of crushed red pepper, your lasagna pasta, and your tomato sauce. For the tomato sauce, we're gonna turn on the stove in high heat, and we're gonna add about 2 tablespoons of olive oil. 2. And on the side here, I have a pot of water for my pasta. I'm gonna turn it on high heat, and I'm gonna let that boil. So to this pan, I'm gonna add my ground beef. So while my meat is cooking, I'm gonna go ahead and start chopping up my vegetables. Okay, so now I'm done chopping up my carrots. I chopped up my bell pepper already. Meanwhile, let's check on our meat. It's been about 15 minutes and it's almost there. Just wanted to brown a little bit. And let all the juices evaporate so it can brown a little bit. And about maybe 5 more minutes. Okay, so I'm done chopping up my garlic. I already chopped up my onion right here. Then I'm gonna check on my meat right now. My meat is ready. I'm gonna turn off the stove. I'm gonna remove my meat and put it in a different bowl, and then I'm gonna start cooking my ground turkey. Okay, so now that we removed the meat, we're gonna turn on my stove on medium-high heat, and we're gonna add our garlic, and then we're gonna add our onion. My water here is boiling already, as you can see. Now to this, I'm gonna add about a handful, maybe more than a handful of salt. Let's do 2 handfuls of salt. We want it to be salty. And then we'll let it boil again. And then we'll add our pasta once it comes to a boil. And now I'm going to add my carrots. And now I'm going to add my Italian seasoning and my crushed pepper. I want to add our bell pepper. We added our bell pepper. Alright, and then the last thing we're going to add to this is our mushrooms. Alright, and we're going to let this cook for about 5 minutes. Okay, my vegetables are ready. I'm going to turn off the stove. My water is back to a boil now after I added the salt. Now I'm going to put the pasta in it. Just being careful, I don't want it to break. gonna lower the heat and let that cook. And now I'm gonna put the vegetables aside so I can start cooking my turkey. Okay, so my vegetables, I put them on the side. I'm gonna turn back up my stove to medium-high heat. And I'm gonna add a tablespoon of olive oil. And now I'm gonna be adding my turkey. Alright, I'm gonna let that cook for about 10 minutes. While that cooks, I'm gonna start prepping the cheese sauce. So right here I have 2 cups of mozzarella cheese. I'm going to be adding half a cup of Parmesan Romano cheese and Romano cheese, 2 eggs, and we're gonna mix that up. We're gonna mix it up with a cup and a half of ricotta cheese. Just gonna mix it up all well. You can put any type of cheese you want, at your preference. But this is the type of cheese I use. So we'll mix that up, fold it up, and then once my meat is cooked, we'll start assembling the lasagna. Alright, my turkey is ready. The pasta is done, so I'm gonna turn off the stove. So now to the turkey, I'm gonna be adding my vegetables. And some of the ground beef. And mix it up. Adding our pasta sauce. Mix it all around. Okay, and it's about ready. So now I'm just gonna turn it off. I'm gonna let it rest for 2 minutes and we're gonna start putting the lasagna. Meanwhile, I'm gonna preheat my oven to 350. Turn on the stove. Okay, so now everything's ready. We're gonna start assembling our lasagna. So we're gonna put a layer of meat on the bottom first. Spread it around. Doesn't have to be too much on the bottom. Just make sure you cover everything. You don't want it to be too thick either. And then after the layer of meat, we're gonna put a layer of pasta. Pasta goes in there. And we're gonna do about 3 to 4 layers of this. So be patient because it does take time. Our cheese, and this is the hard part because it's kind of sticky, but just work through it, spread it around. The warmness of the pasta will help it spread more. Make sure everything's covered. Spread. And then we're going to put another layer of pasta. And then meat, pasta, cheese, repeat. And then I'll get back to you once I'm done. Now this is the last layer. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4 layers. That's the meat. Spread it around. The rest of the cheese. Just like dollops, just here and then and there. So since I don't have enough cheese to cover it all. And then I like to put a bit of extra Parmesan cheese, sprinkle some on top. That's your choice if you want to. You don't have to do it. I like doing it because it gives her a little bit of crispy crust on the top. And then we'll put it in the oven. We're gonna put it in the oven for about 25 minutes. And we'll be checking on it. Alright guys, it's been about 30 minutes now and the lasagna is ready. Right. Cut it up and serve it. Make sure you guys are careful because it's very hot. The first piece is always the hardest to take out. But look at my plate. Let's see. Oh, you see how it looks? All cheesy. And there you go, guys. This is lasagna Gio's way. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys do it, let me know how it turns out. Don't forget to subscribe, comment, and like. See you next time.